It is finally here, the Grown Folks Madden League first ever podcast. I was going to be flying this ship alone today, so we're going to just do a recording instead of a live show. Everybody's a little busy tonight. My co-commissioner W. Dunn, hope you feel bad whenever you listen to this man, because you left me hanging tonight. But I'm excited because Madden is dropping. You see it right here. Madden Holiday begins in 8 days, 2 hours, 35 minutes, and 35 seconds right there. It's on its way. It's coming. There's all kinds of new stuff that's out that we can talk about tonight. We just wanted to do a pre-Madden release, trying to get some content out there as we begin to start this whole new genre called Gamers Community. Now, it's not a new concept. There's a lot of great communities out there like TSO and many others that are out there that just kind of encapsulate all of the different online Madden or online gaming communities. But we wanted to try something a little different. We have a lot of really great guys that are connected with us and that we've played with Madden for many years, and then it's kind of grown into a FIFA league, and we've played shooter games, all kinds of stuff. So Winivus and I kind of came up with this idea that let's start a community, something that's kind of free of charge. If it takes off and it really starts to grow, look, we can get a legit website and we can get a legit forum. But again, I really like our website. I think for a free thing, it looks really good. It's simple. It's easy. Our forums are simple and easy. But look, if we start growing, we can have like a little $5, $10 a year charge, have some legit stuff. But we just want to form a community where people could come, hang out, be around a bunch of really great guys, and just have some fun online gaming as we kind of all do this as a hobby. All kinds of stuff. We've got a FIFA 15 league right now that's called Grown Folks FIFA Club or Football Club, but it's going to be taken over by Win next year, so it's going to be Winners Football Club, as you kind of see it right here. That's going to be starting for FIFA 16, which drops in late or mid-September, and then NHL is going to be dropping several weeks after that, and the Gamers Hockey Club is going to be started, and that's going to be the GHC. It's going to be a ton of fun. It'll be a pro team exactly like the FIFA. So if you've never played FIFA, if you've never played pro teams, you need to try it out. It's a ton of fun. You play as just your player, and then you have a whole team that kind of plays their positions, and you work your way up and try to win the cup. And then kind of our mothership of gamers is going to be the Grown Folks Madden League. I was really honored back in 2001. I'm an old guy around here now. We got to start OMFL as a PC league back in 2001, and it just exploded. We had some really great guys that helped me. I was just lucky enough to start it as the commissioner, but we have played since 2001. We grew it as a PC league. It turned into a PlayStation 3 league, which then turned into a PlayStation 4 league. Dunn took over and has been doing a great job as the commissioner. It's got a great league with a bunch of great guys, but I kind of had the itch again. I wanted to get back into seeing what it'd be like to run my own league again, seeing if I could build something really neat again. So Grown Folks is going to be that attempt, and I feel like we got a great board. W. Dunn is going to be my co-commissioner. We've got a bunch of really great guys like Pepper and Junior, and a bunch of great guys that are going to be helping us run things and oversee the league as we kind of go. And then Winivus is helping me kind of co-run the gamers community. He's kind of in charge of the forums. I'm in charge of the website, and we're just really super excited. And this is going to be our first podcast as the Grown Folks Madden community. This is going to be called Press Pass, and it'll be something that we try to do every single week from here on out, probably on a Sunday night, just kind of catch you up as Madden drops and as the league progresses and things go on, and kind of catch you up with what's going on, how games are looking, how teams are looking, and the different stuff. So if you're new, if you're watching this and you haven't joined us, come visit our website, gamersonlinecommunity.weebly.com. Check us out. All kinds of neat stuff. I've been updating it, keeping it going. It's a great looking site. You can check out our actual league site right here. Just click leagues. You can go down and see every league has their forums already, their website already up. You can check out our forums at the top also. The Gamers website is totally up to date with stuff. I've got some neat videos on here, all the rankings that we're going to kind of talk about tonight. A hot seat with my old friend who joined me back in 2001, Double Zero. He did the first ever hot seat. So he's up there. You want to check that out. I'm going to be doing a new one with a brand new owner that just joined today. So we'll have a new hot seat that's out today. So we're already getting all kinds of content out there. Check us out, man. If you're interested in joining us, you can kind of see the rules right here of the gamers community. And if you want to if you have a league and you want it to be part of the gamers community, man, bring it on over. Come talk to us. We'll show you what we're all about. We'll set you up a forum and we'll set you up a web page and we'll get you going. You can check out our members that are already here. So a full list of the two things that we've already got going with the Grown Folks FC team and the Grown Folks Madden League. This again is going to change over into the Winners Football Club as soon as Madden 16 drops. But come check us out. If you're interested, hit join, fill out a quick application. It's going to shoot me an email. I'll shoot you over your next steps and we'll get you to grab your team. The easiest way to do that would be to send over that application. Then we're going to send you over our forums. Those next steps would just introduce yourself to the gamers community, who you're all about, what games you're interested in, so that we can make sure we get you permission to post in all of these different forums that we've got going for all the different games that we want to be a part of and that we want to be a part of our community. And if it's going to be Madden, after you post, we'll get you permission here. You come to the owner sign up page, and I just want you to click here to tell us about who you are, and then grab your team right here. So just post your name, your PSN, and then your Twitch account. I'll make sure to update this. We'll grab your team. We've only got 13 teams left, so the Patriots, the Jets, the Browns, Ravens, Steelers, and Bengals. I guess no one was to be in the AFC North just yet. The AFC South is totally full. The Chargers and the Chiefs, the Redskins, the Vikings, the Bears, the Buccaneers, the Seahawks, and that's it. There are some really, 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 really good teams out there that are straight out of the box. Come join us, man. Come check us out. Come see what we're all about. We want you to be a part of our community. We're pretty laid back. I think we have a great, great group of guys that were assembled here. Look, we just want to be low-key. We don't want to have a whole ton of rules. We just want to play some good, straight online gaming and just see how things go from there. So, excuse me, I'm a little sick. The sinuses are acting up with all this crazy weather that we're having. So, just want to apologize. Let's look at a quick look all the rankings that are out there. I'll kind of show you a couple of the other little details that we got. And then we're going to call it short. It's going to be kind of boring. It's just me. You got to listen to me. But, hey, I'm pumped, man. Madden's dropping soon. FIFA's going to drop a couple of weeks after that. And then before you know it, NHL is going to be here. And we're going to have all kinds of people part of our community. We're going to be rolling along. It's going to be a ton of fun. You want to be a part of that. So, Madden's been releasing its rankings lately. We've got some cool videos posted up on our league page here. Guys who have kind of got the inside scoop and got to see the game early. I want to know what I got to do to be that guy. I want to know. I guess I got to have a podcast like with my face and stuff all up on YouTube. But these guys are getting it, and they're kind of giving us a little preview of what's to come. All kinds of neat stuff, especially for online leagues. I can't wait to get it in hand, see what it's really all about, and see how it really plays and see how it really feels. But they also started releasing like the top 5 players at every position and kind of introducing us to what those Madden ratings were going to look like. And then they did this little thing where they're showing us the overall ratings for each team. So we're going to kind of walk through that. I'll kind of tell you how I feel about it. You know, it's a little on the lame side, just kind of get you something. It's a teaser, so to speak, just to kind of make you check it out, because it doesn't really tell you a whole lot. It just gives you the overall rating and maybe the overall rating of a couple of top players. But then they really did release the full spreadsheet. So, look, let's walk through this really quick. First, we're going to take a look at the AFC East. The Patriots are 91 overall. Look, Super Bowl winning team. Their quarterback is old. Tom Brady's getting older, but he is still a 97 overall. I got to be honest, I'm a little shocked that Rob Gronkowski is a 99 overall. He is a great player, best tight end, most physical tight end out there, and that's coming from somebody who's a Saints fan and who loves Jimmy Graham. Look, Gronk is super physical. We could have a whole debate, but Jimmy always faded away in really physical games. But 99, like that's like the perfect player, and I don't know that he really is the perfect player. LeGarrette Blount's an 80 overall. Jonas Gray is a 72. A little boring. I think the overall, could be a little bit higher. They are the Super Bowl winning champions. It's going to be neat to see how this team plays out, and I think this is going to be a powerhouse team. They're going to have a little quarterback issue, but it'd be interesting to see how their backup quarterback works out. The Miami Dolphins come in number 2 at 81 overall. They just they have a great quarterback, a good young quarterback. Tannehill's an 85 overall. They get Jordan Cameron 84 overall. I think that they still have the running back issue that they're going to have to figure out. I think they get a huge boost from from Sue. I can't say his first name tonight for some reason, but Sue in the middle at 96 overall. That's going to be a pretty decent defense. I think you're going to have to do something about Brent Grimes. He's getting older. He's probably not going to last in Madden a whole lot longer, but an 81 seems a little, maybe a little low. I don't know. That's an interesting team. The Dolphins are a cool team that I think are going to be neat to kind of see out. And then you got the 79 overall Buffalo Bills. Their issues are going to be 100% on the offense, but I think in Madden you can turn E.J. Manuel into a good quarterback. I think you can probably turn Tyrod Taylor into a good quarterback. On a side note, I think Tyrod is going to be a good NFL player this year. Not a great one, but I think he's going to be serviceable, and he's probably going to win that job. But you got LaShawn McCoy, you got Charles Clay, who's going to be super good in Madden, and then you have a stacked defense that's just got playmakers at every spot that you could probably look at. That's going to be a fun team to run in Madden. You're going to have probably some cap space. You're going to have the ability to move some players around. If you can make EJ into a good quarterback, grab a couple of draft picks that on offense to improve that offensive line, that's going to be a fun team to be the GM of. And then coming in last place, 76 overall, New York Jets. This team's going to have issues all around. I mean, your defense is good, but it's only going to be good in Madden for a couple of years, and then players are going to start getting really, really old on you with Revis and Cromartie, and they're going to start falling off pretty quickly. I don't think you got a whole lot on offense, even though Chris Ivey is a Madden beast, and we seen what he did in the OMFL last year. The guy was just running over everybody, so that might be something that you can build off of. But there you go. I'd like to hear your thoughts on the AFC, but as a whole, I think that they're getting it right. I think the Dolphins are that intriguing team, but I think that if you have patience, the Jets could be a fun team to build, and I think the Bills are the sleeper team in this division that you could really build up and in 1 to 2 years be a playoff contender pretty often. AFC North, I guess I need to speed this up a little bit. I'm talking a little too much about every single team. Let's take a look at the AFC North. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers coming in at 84 overall. Big Ben a 95, really rated high. Have a strong year last year. Antonio Brown, 97. Levante Bell coming off at a 94. This is going to be a fun offense with a young, possibly now, an upcoming defense. I mean, they're going to have some holes to fill and some spots to fill, but I think that this would be a neat team to, I don't know, kind of take and see what you can do those first couple of seasons. If we get 5 or 6, probably at the end of it, you're going to be super old and maybe some cap trouble, but that's an up-and-coming team. The Cincinnati Bengals also get an 84 overall rating. I really like Cincinnati. I think that they are really good. Look, AJ's probably not going to get a strong arm in Madden. That may be a little bit of an issue if you think that you can work with it. But I think that they have parts that you can play with and parts that you can move around. Geno Atkins comes in at an 89 overall. Michael Johnson comes on back from Tampa Bay. This will be a neat team to play with. I think overall, this whole division is going to be full of intriguing teams that you can play around with. Next up is the Baltimore Ravens at 85 overall. This is a really good team. They got a solid, great, bordering on great offensive line. And then you've got a defense that is missing a couple little pieces here and there, but you still got Suggs, you still have Dumerville, you still have Mosley. Um, this is going to be a really fun team to play with again. Um, I think you can win with your quarterback. I think you're going to have to figure out the running back thing, but I think Max Williams can be a really playmaking tight end for you in Madden, and this would be a neat team to see what people can do with. Just those are three solid teams in the Steelers, Bengals, and Ravens that you can win with out of the box and has the potential to build as you kind of progress. Next up is the 75 overall Browns. I actually have the Browns in the OMFL. I don't play in a ton of leagues, but I did join the OMFL again, and of course, gamers and grown folks are going to be my main focus. But I do have the Browns over there, and I don't know. It's one of those teams that, if you just look at the nuts and bolts of the team, they're really, really solid. Look, they're 75 overall because they don't have a quarterback, don't really have a running back, they don't really have too many receivers. But look, you talk about a stud offensive line. You're talking about a stud defense with playmakers all over. Look, they did lose Snead over to the Patriots, but this is a really good Madden team. And I think whoever gets them, if they can have some patience with Johnny Manziel, you can win with Johnny. You have to build him up a little bit. But if you can have some patience and build Johnny up a little bit, or go out and get you somebody, I'll be interested to see how Duke Johnson works out at running back. I don't really like any of the other players. I think that they have some potential at receiver, but a good defense, and young and a lot of cap space. This is going to be a good team to play with, where these teams are starting to get a little bit older. The Browns are not. The Browns will be a fun team. So that's a look at your AFC North. Let's hop over to the AFC South and the Indianapolis Colts. That is one of his favorite teams. They come in with an 87 overall. This is a good team. Of course, you got Luck, 95, 94 overall. He's going to be an MVP type player who could, take over a league pretty easily. T.Y. Hilton's going to be his main target. Look, Andre Johnson's getting old, but he'll be good for a year. Dante Moncrief is an up-and-coming player. Philip Dorsett is a burner. He would be so much fun to have. This is going to be a fun team with Colby Fleener, Dwayne Allen. You got Frank Gore in the backfield. Look, a little old in a couple of little spots, but that can buy you a year. You can replace that in the draft. This is a good team. I'll be interested to see what people can do with the defense. I don't love their defense. I think they're really old on defense. But again, I think you're good out of the box, and then you take that first year to really start rebuilding that defense. You're set on offense. You've got the key core pieces who are super young. You're good. You just need to get a couple pieces on the offensive line, start rebuilding that defense in through the draft. Be smart with your free agent pickups, and I think you're going to be just fine. Next up is the 79 overall Texans. Ryan Mallett, who's always kind of been a star in the OMFL. Big arm, like the perfect prototypical tall, big arm, Madden type quarterback. So you got that. You got DeAndre Hopkins. You got Cecil Shortsman. You got speed all over. Arian Foster. I'm sorry. He usually lasts in Madden fairly well, not in real life, but fairly well in Madden. You're bringing over Vince Wilfork. He's going alongside J.J. Watt, 99 overall. 100% agree with that. That guy is just a stud. And then you still have Clowney, Brian Cushing. Like, you've got some playmakers there. This would be an interesting team. In the OMFL, that's the only other league I've really been a part of forever. The Texans are always there. Every single playoff hunt, they're always there. Could never get over that hump, but they were always there. This is a team, if you get a good, solid owner, you can compete. Even though they get a 79 overall, you can compete with this team. Next up is the 73 overall Jacksonville Jaguars. In my opinion, the funnest, most intriguing team in all of Madden. You got a ton of cap space. You can move them in a stadium if you want to move them in a stadium. You've got young pieces in Blake Bortles, a 74 overall. T.J. Yeldon, 73 overall. Denard Robinson is still there, 74 overall. You got Julius Thomas coming over there. You got Marquise Lee. you got Mercedes Lewis. I mean, you have young pieces all over the place, and you know that you're going to, your first season is probably going to be tough, so you're probably going to have a good draft pick. Like I just think that this is the team that if you just want to have fun, you just want to build a team, test your skills, that would be the team. Of course, I haven't had my Saints in a couple of seasons, so I took the Saints, but this was the other team I was leaning towards just because I think they would be a fun build. I mean, they got pretty sweet jerseys. Their old school jerseys, I think, are pretty sweet. I think that would be a fun team. Next up is the 72 overall Tennessee Titans. I I think 72 just seems really low. Look, you got Marcus Mariota, 78 overall. Bishop Shankly. I don't know. Look, they don't have a whole lot of weapons. I think that the defense has some potential, and Marcus Mariota is a quarterback that you could build around. He's going to need some work, of course, but there is the potential there. Um, Probably again, ton of cap space, super sick jerseys. I love their jerseys. I love the Tennessee Titan jerseys. I think that this would be another fun team to play, but man, it's going to be an uphill battle because the cupboard is pretty bare there, and there's just not a whole lot to choose from, and it's going to be hard to compete in the first 1, 2, probably. I don't know, unless you're really good and you really work magic. The first season and the second season is probably pretty tough. So there's a look at your AFC South. The AFC West, you have the 89 overall Denver Broncos. Of course, Peyton Manning, 92 overall. C.J. Anderson, 85 overall. Look, I think that, again, this is a great team. You've got weapons all over, but they're old. Like, they're not getting any younger. So this is going to be a team, where you're going to compete straight out the box, but you're going to have to think long term and like what are those tough decisions that you're going to have to make if you're going to want to compete, or are you going to have to just let it ride for the first couple of seasons, then can it and see if you can rebuild pretty quickly. That's the thing about Madden. We kind of fall in that 4 to 6 season range, and so like you can stretch it out, but if you want to do a quick rebuild, it's just tough. I think this is this. I don't know. I don't think it'll be a tough team to feel because the Broncos, they're 89 overall. Again, love their jerseys. I think they're awesome, but I think you're gonna have to come into here with a plan. The 82 Chiefs are up next. The Kansas City has uh, in my opinion, an interesting defense. A defense that, if you're good at the 3-4, has playmakers. You're gonna have to figure out the offense. I don't really love your offensive line. I don't love your playmakers. I just don't think it's a good Madden offense. But you do have Jamal Charles, and if you're just going to come out with the stud running back and fullback and just hammer people and play really good defense, then this is the team for you, and you can make it happen with them. Next is the 82 overall San Diego Chargers, who just signed Phillip Rivers to a huge extension. And if you're a Madden fan, you're not excited about your Chargers now being burdened down with Phillip Rivers' huge extension. So, yes, and I just said Phillip Rivers' huge extension, and I can't edit that out. So go ahead and get a good laugh at that. But he just got a huge extension, and if you're a Madden San Diego Charger fan, then you're not getting an extension because you're pretty pissed off that you're stuck with him and his huge cap figure. But again, I think that their rating's about right. Chargers are just kind of a boring team to me. It'll be interesting to see what owners can do with that team. Oakland Raiders come in with a 74 overall. This is one of those teams that everybody asks about. So it's the Jaguars, it's the Raiders, even a couple say the Browns. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But the Jaguars and Raiders are right there. You have some neat Madden pieces. So you got Derek Carr, who's a good Madden quarterback. Amari Cooper should be a stud. You got a good fullback. You've got a good running back. Like you got really good pieces with Khalil Mack on defense that are young. Like there are some pieces there, so you got a lot of cap. I don't know. I just think that this is another one of those teams that if you come in with a little bit of a plan and you're smart about your moves, and you're smart about your trades, that you could turn. The Raiders are always going to be a good Madden team. They're fast, and they have the sexy stats already built in. So I think that the Raiders will be a fun team to play with. And there you go. That's a look at your AFC West and the AFC as a whole. So I'm going to move over to my favorite division, which is the NFC. Let's take a look at the NFC East. You get the Dallas Cowboys coming in at 86 overall. Who's going to be your running back, though? Who's going to last? Of course, you got the stud offensive line, so you're set there. Defense, you've got some holes. Again, I think a team that you can win with right away, but you need to have a long-term plan. And you need to start getting some pieces to get them ready and start clearing some cap, because that offensive line is not going to be cheap to re-sign as you kind of progress. Next up is the 84 overall Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know. I don't know that you can win with Sam Bradford and Madden. Maybe you can, but you have a pretty solid offensive line and some great running backs. So what I like about the Eagles is that you have pieces that you can get rid of. Now here at Grown Folks, we do have a rule where the second and third running backs need to get some playing time. We have a little 80-20 rule where your running backs, your main running back can only get 80% of the carries. Just trying to keep it realistic. Madden sub never really works, and so one running back usually gets 99% of the carries. But so we got a little rule to kind of mix that up. But you do have some pieces that you can trade away and move some things around. Again, I think a team that you can win with right away and long term. Next up, you get the 77 overall New York Giants. Eli Manning comes in at an 87 overall. My man, Odell Beckham, ex-LSU player, 94 overall. Victor Cruz, 84. Seems a little low. I mean, I know he's hurt last year, but the guy's a playmaker. I think he's more of a high 80s, low 90s type player. My worry about them is that I don't, you have a couple little pieces on defense, but your quarterback's old. You haven't had a good running back. I don't know what your offensive line really looks like. So I don't know. It's one of those teams that could hover around the Mendoza line for all of Madden 16. Next up is the 75 overall Washington Redskins. RG3, 78 overall. But you do have Cousins that I think you could trade away if you wanted, or trade away Griffin and start Cousins. I think there's some potential there. You still have Deshaun Jackson, Pierre Garçon, but look, they're super old. They're going to be falling off the Madden table here pretty quickly. It's all going to be about the defense, but I think you're losing some pieces. Again, I think this is going to be one of those tough teams that you don't have a whole lot of cap. You've got some aging veterans, and you've got some tweener players that are young. You don't really have a whole lot that you can hang your hat on, but you'd have to come in with a plan. And if you come in with a solid plan and make some solid moves, I think that you can win with that team. Next up is the NFC North. The Green Bay Packers at a 90 overall. I think they should be, I don't know, I guess if we're going back with the Patriots as a 91, then maybe the Green Bay Packers at a 90 sounds about right. I think it's a little low. I think they're much better than that overall. Aaron Rodgers, the MVP, 99 overall. You got Jordy Nelson, you got Randall Cobb, you got Eddie Lacy. Look, the offense is going to be on lock. It's solid. And then you still have players on defense. This is a fun team to play with. And I think that they're just old enough where you have already built, you can win straight out of the box with this team. But they're not so old like the Broncos where you need to have a rebuilding project. I think you'll be fine in Madden. I think we'll probably get 5 seasons in or so. I think that you're going to be fine with them in Madden. This will be a good team. Next up, the 83 overall Detroit Lions. Matthew Stafford, again, prototypical Madden quarterback, big arm. You have to work on his accuracy a little bit more. They replace Sue with Nada. So you get older there, and you might drop down just, a little bit. He's still 92 overall, but he is super old. I don't know. I like your defensive line, of course. I don't like your running back situation. I don't like your O-line all that much. But you still have Calvin Johnson. You still have Matthew Stafford. You still have the tight end. I don't know. You got some fun offensive pieces, but are you going to be able to hold anybody under 35 points? You could. I mean, they're not going to be able to run on you. I think that your running defense is going to still be pretty solid. So next up, you got the 77 overall Minnesota Vikings. we haven't filled this team yet, and that's a little confusing to me because you have Adrian Peterson. I know that he was out last year, of course, for beating his kid with a switch, but um, the dude's still a stud. I think he'll be the best running back in football again. You add Mike Wallace to that. You have Cordell Patterson. I love Teddy Bridgewater. You have a defense with a solid secondary. I think you have young pieces on that front seven. I just think that's a fun team to play with. I don't know. I really like the Vikings. I think they're going to be a solid team that you can win with out of the box. And you're super young, I think, and so you're still going to be able to build that team as you move forward. I really like the Vikings, and I think with a good, solid owner, the Vikings will be a team to contend with as we progress through Madden. Next up is the 75 overall Chicago Bears, and I can be honest, I don't know what to tell you. I feel bad. I think you got to come in with a serious plan to completely rehaul. You do have some pieces. You got Jeffrey, you got White, you got Forte, so there's some little pieces there, but some of those pieces are getting old. I think that your defense is pretty old. I do like Fuller, Kyle Fuller at cornerback. He makes some plays. I do like Bosick a little bit. He's going to make some plays. Um, and so I I don't know. I just think that there's so many missing pieces. It's going to be a tough team to win with, and you're going to have a serious plan as you move forward with them. Next up is the NFC South. My division. I love the NFC South. Of course, I've been a Saints fan my entire life. And, well, we got rated just like the NFC South was last year, which was pretty putrid. Um, so here we go. We got the 80 overall Carolina Panthers. I think you have a lot of young pieces. Greg Olson's a pain in my butt in Madden and real life. The guy makes plays. He's getting a little older, but he was fine last Madden. You got Kelvin Benjamin. Um, you have a stud defense that's just loaded from top to bottom. Again, another fun team. Cam's a great Madden quarterback as long as you know you play solid and you think through and you don't just start throwing things around. I think you're going to be fine. I think that's going to be one of those contending teams. All of Madden as you kind of progress. Next up is my team, the 78 overall New Orleans Saints. Look, we got issues. I really like our running back situation. I think our receivers need some help. I don't know. You definitely have to draft some receivers. You're gonna have to draft some weapons. In Madden, the cupboard's pretty bare. Look, Breeze has only got one season out of the box, and then you got to move on. I cut him pretty quickly or trade him pretty quickly for whatever I can, just because you got to move on, you got to move forward. But look, you still have Cooks, who's going to be a stud. You got Unger, so you got a few little pieces here and there on offense. I think on defense, you got a few little pieces. My personal opinion is my Saints are super slow. I'm a speed guy. I think that speed is the basis of all of football in real life and in Madden. And so I'm going to be moving some pieces around to get some speed in there, some influx of youth. That first season is going to be pretty tough. I think that it's going to be hard to win that first year. So whoever gets the Saints, I think it's a rebuilding project, and you don't have a lot of cap. You have to be creative. You have to make some tough calls, eat some dead cap money for the first season or two. But if you do that, I think you'll be all right. Next up is the 77 overall Falcons. Again, Julio Jones is a monster, but outside of that, I don't know what you're going to do. Devontae Freeman was a good running back in Madden last year. Solid, not great. Good's probably not a good word to use. I think your offensive line is pretty pathetic. Your defense has some okay pieces. Again, I don't think you got a whole lot of cap. I love their jerseys. That's why had the Falcons my last season in the OMFL. I love those red old school jerseys. I think they're classic. But man, that's going to be a rebuilding job that's going to take some time. Next up is the 74 overall Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Another one of my sleeper teams that fall in there with the Jags and the Raiders. I think that this is one of those teams that you've got some pieces in Doug Martin. Jameis Winston's probably going to be a good Madden quarterback. You got Mike Evans. So you've got some young pieces there. You have some A decent offensive line, nothing to get too excited about. You're going to need to start finding some pieces there. But look, you got Gerald McCoy in the middle. You got Levante David. You got Werner. You got some seriously good defensive pieces, and they're fairly young. And I think with some smart moves, some minor adjustments, that you'll be just fine over there. Next up's the NFC West, the 91 overall Seattle Seahawks, stacked from top to bottom. I don't know. Here's your problem if you take them over. The fact is you're just in cap hell because you can't pay them all. So you better start moving some of those backup pieces. They're loaded from top to bottom. I hate this team. They make me sick. Not even going to talk much about them. Next up's the 82 overall Arizona Cardinals. This was the team I started off with the OMFL last year. And I think could be another one of those project teams here in the GFML that you have solid pieces in Peterson and Matthew. You have some good defensive line. I think that you have some pieces on offense that you can kind of build. You have to figure out the quarterback situation. You're going to have to figure out that offensive line a little bit. It's going to need some adjustments. I think you have a really decent halfback in Ellington that can make some plays for you. You have to do something about Larry Fitzgerald, man. He's super old, and you just have to make some moves. But this will be a good project team to play with. Then you have the 78 San Francisco 49ers. This is now W's brother is going to be taking this team over. If I can ever get you, hint, W done, to get your brother to sign up for the forums and actually grab his team. I don't know what to tell you. You pretty much don't have anything except for a couple of pieces on offense or on defense, and Kaepernick. Total rebuild job. I guess the good news is you're gonna have a ton of cap space, and so you'll be able to go out there and sign just about anybody you want. But you're in trouble. 78 overall Rams are going to come in here on the last on the rankings, and I've always seen people take the Rams and really turn them into a powerhouse. So you have a great defense. If you find your quarterback, well, you get Foles. I guess Foles isn't all that bad. I think you can turn Trey Mason and Todd Gurley into some good running backs on your team. Kenny Britt is very solid on Madden. Jared Cooks is going to be a great Madden tight end. And then on defense, you're loaded with Aaron Donald and Nick Fairley and Robert Quinn. You're just Chris Long. You've got some serious pieces to put pressure on quarterbacks. And I think that this would be another team that, look, you have to figure out the quarterback situation for year one, but if you can make a trade or whatever and make something happen, that would be a fun team to have. And so that's a look at all of your rankings. If you go to our website, actually I'm going to show you on our website. So if you come here to our website and you click this Madden 16 full ratings, just click that little photo. It's going to download your spreadsheet with all of the ratings from Madden. So you can kind of go look at your team and look at every breakdown of every single player and just look at everything that you want to look at. It shows you everything that you would want to see. So do that. Go check out your team. We're filling up pretty quickly. Like I said, we've only got 13 slots that are left open. I'm going to get this podcast put up. We've got the interview, the hot seat with Double Zero. Look, the hot seat's a quick fire, quick answer, question answer type interview. It's a lot of fun. You want to check it out. I've always been doing them since 2001. It kind of plays off of the old ESPN interview that was the hot seat, lasts a couple of minutes. Look, it's quick, it's fun. Do a little word association, really get to know some different owners. We're going to release a new one this week with one of the new owners that just joined today, who I'm super excited about having on the team. Look, I think we just got a really good, solid group of owners here. I think Grown Folks Madden League can be a fun thing that we're putting together, and I'm excited. Make sure you check out our rules. You want to make sure that you know the rules. So you can go to our forum here, Grown Folks Madden League. If you click rules and regulations, you can see the rules. Look, I don't want 50 pages of rules. I'd rather just get rid of somebody who doesn't play the way we feel like you need to be playing. But there are some things about respect. We will be using our forums. Look, I know forums in most leagues are dying off. They're not going to die off here. I want new content. I want stuff being put out. I want guys to put in a little extra effort. I want to make it fun. But look, come check out our stuff. You have to stream your videos live. You have to post your Twitch. I want everybody to be able to see what's going on. You need to know about the few play calling rules that we have about the quarterbacks, the running backs, those kinds of things. Look, I try to keep it pretty simple. If you played any kind of sim type Madden league, they probably will be pretty obvious, and you'll say no duh. But there are some other little things that we're going to do with free agents that's maybe a little bit different. I just want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So work your way, look those over. I'm open to suggestions. We're looking for people who want to be part of our team, who want to come and be part of even a leadership group here. So if you're interested in joining the leadership group, you can come here to the general chat. Just let me know right here. Where's it at? Board positions. Let me know right there on that thread that you're interested. If you're interested in getting a banner or signature, I'll gladly do those for you. I've got the avatars that I'm doing. Just let me know what you need. I'll throw it together for you and we'll get it up so we can get the forums looking really good. I'm excited about gamers. I'm excited about where we're going. I think it's going to be a fun community. Look, Madden's dropping here really sharp. Just 8 days away. I've already put in for a time off. Yes, I put in for time off for Madden this year because I have a bunch of time built up and I have no reason to use it, so I might as well use it to take the day and just veg out on some Madden while my kids are at school, my wife is at work, and nobody can bother me. So look, grab it, go pre-order it. Best Buy's got a great deal right now. I missed out on it because I went too early, but if you trade in Madden 15 to your Best Buy, you get $10 or $20 towards the next Madden, plus there's a $10 discount, so you get $30 off of Madden, so you're getting it at half price. You can't pass that deal up. I mean, that's a classic, great deal. Go grab Madden, pre-order it, get it done. Come be part of our community here. Come check us out. I like what we're doing. Madden's right around the corner. Let's get some chat tonight. The chat room was blowing up. There's FIFA 15 going on. FIFA 16 beta's out. People are talking up the new NHL league that's going to be dropping soon. A couple of the new owners want to do an MLB league. They want to do all kinds of new NBA 2K leagues are going to be out here in the next couple of months. So look, if you play it online and you play it with a clan or a team or anything like that, we want you to be part of our community. Come check us out. I feel like we got a great set of guys here, and you want to be a part of what we're doing here, and we want you a part of it, and we want you to come check it out. So look, next time we do these podcasts, hopefully we'll have W. Dunn, my co-commish, who's great. He's a radio show host. He's great on the radio. Hopefully I can get Winnevis in here, who's also great on the radio. They're much better than just listen to me. We get a little banter. We have live call-ins, so you guys can call in. I had to get something out tonight. I didn't want to put it off for another week. I put it off last week, so I want you to come. Look, listen to the podcast. Come join it next Sunday, 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Central Time. We'll post the links. We'll post all the information so you can come join us. Come join us. Come be a part of what we're doing, all right? Madden's dropping soon. FIFA 16 is on its way out. NHL is going to be here before we know it. I know Winnevis is already trying to talk me into it. Come be a part of what we're doing. Thanks for listening to the show tonight. And we'll see you soon, fellas. All right. Peace out, man.